Hello my friends and welcome to Flying Circus Models. I think right now is the good time to come back to our wires and rigging with the new project Gotha UWD Bomber from Wingnut Wings. And here's the first episode of the build, the Cockpit. This plane is super cool and unique. There was only one build and it served for about a year and had a couple of raids to bomb England. Basically, it's got a G.I. bomber, but marine version on the floats. As always, let's remove all cockpit parts from the runners and clean them. It takes just a second on the video, but few hours of work in real life. When every part was cleaned and ready to paint, I covered all future wooden parts with the base layer of Vallejo beige color. I like to use that specific color as the base for wood effect. But you can apply any other light paint, like skin tone, sails, sand color. This will give you just different shades too. When beige paint dried, I used my favorite painting technique of wood with oil paints. This time I had the mix of rose sienna and Venetian red. I mixed them approximately 50-50 and applied with dry flat brush. But again, you can use any mix of the paint to get the different shades of your wood. With the help of white or mineral spirit, I made wooden grains on all interior parts that were made out of plywood on the real plane. It takes about 2-3 days for the paint to completely dry, and everything depends on the layer of oils and the temperature. The thicker layer, the longer it takes. Same for the temperature. The lower temperature, the longer oil dries. I know some people even use hair dryer or put it on the sun, but I won't do that because it can easily damage plastic parts. For the fuselage sides, I use the same paint technique, but with burnt umber, and this color is darker and thus it will have a different shade from the floor. By the way, the sides that were covered with the linen were painted with Tamiya XF22 RLM02 color. They were painted off camera and I just masked them prior oil paints. With the fuselage sides, I tried to match the wood grains with the unique shape of the nose section. And that's how it's going to look like when both sides will be closed. After a couple of days and once oils dried, I covered all parts with the layer of Future. You can see the difference with the covered and not covered paint. It's much brighter and gives better colors. Also, it will protect wood paint and I will be able to touch it. The next step is to apply instrument decals. This aircraft had a lot of instruments on the dashboard and lots of other indicators, switches, batteries that had decals. This time I decided to apply UV resin on top of the instrument decals to imitate the glass, instead of just gloss clear coat. And I really like the result. It gives that half bubble effect and protects decals too, because it's solid after UV light. The machine gun ammo and bombs were also painted with RLM02, and I used black Tamiya panel line accent color to add more depth to them. Excess wash was removed with the help of cotton sticks. When feature dried, I glued bomb racks to the fuselage sides and also some extra details that could be on the observers slash bomber slash gunner place, like signal pistols with the different flare colors. Now it's time to add some control cables to the central column. I used a 0.6 mm brass tube piece and easy line elastic thread. And while I'm doing that, please don't forget to subscribe and support me on Patreon if you haven't done this yet for some super weird reason. Thank you so much. Super easy process, but it takes some time to finish it. You just need to be patient with rigging and put each line after the line. The next step is to paint the pilot seat, or I should say pilot's armchair. They used to fly in comfort, that's for sure. I painted it in the same way as I did on the how-to video, and the link you can find in the description. Once it was painted, I applied small amount of black panel line accent color on it. The seat belts were painted with Vallejo leather brown and metal fasteners and sliders with aluminum paint. Also, I applied brown panel line accent color wash and removed the excess with cotton sticks. And that's how the chair with seat belts look like. And also you can see the other control wires here. Now it's time to put all separate interior parts together. Everything comes nice and smooth, no issues at all. I really love Wingnut Wing design. You can just snap and fix with the super glue. I was looking to the interior and was thinking that something is missing in the middle section of the fuselage. Then I realized it's a seaplane, right? So it has to have some sort of ropes to attach it to ships or a pier. So I decided to add those ropes too. I used a light gray rope and glued it on one of the walls. Now you can see that full interior completed, and we can close fuselage halves, but this will be in the next episode of the build. As usual, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press like button and leave your comments below. I read and reply to all of them. Also, if you would like to support my channel, you can do it on Patreon, where you can see my videos early. Also, I share some interesting pictures there. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episodes.